It is now time for our feature presentation. Spoiler warnings. Well, it's time for our first Irish film tonight. This is the 2012 comedy horror film, Stiches.
Everybody happy?
No.
Bastards.
You're late.
You're ugly. Shut it, you.
No, you shut it. You're not me, Dad.
Shut, I might be. It's time to cut the cake.
You made it.
I didn't know you knew so many people.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming.
Piss off. You've got a front row seat to my comeback show. You have a hair in your throat.
Are you trying to be funny?
Not anymore. Everybody happy? Where do you think you're going? Oh,
Just for the record, not every party ends with a dead clown.
Alright, Dwayne, this is one of the movies I've seen before we filmed. Rewatched it. It was about the same as I remember it. What was your thoughts going into Stiches here?
I have not seen Stiches. I've seen the trailer for it before on other movies I've seen. I'd heard about it. I heard it was actually a pretty decent movie. Like, it wasn't like a straight comedy, but it wasn't like 100% horror, you know, kind of like It or some of the others, and it wasn't like straight comedy like Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Somewhere like a kind of good middle.
Good middle ground there. After watching it, I did enjoy Stiches. It was pretty good. It was a better movie than some of the movies we've reviewed before. I won't say any names, Frankie Frico, but I did enjoy it. There's some slapstick gags in here,
Yep.
right? That are really good. Some of them are, I mean, most of them are really good. There's a couple that just don't hit right. He does a lot of puns, and some of them are really good, and then some of them are just god awful.
Yeah.
It got to like the Freddy Krueger stage at the end, last couple of Freddy movies where everything was just puns near the end of it and everything. I liked it. There were some good creative kills in there. And actually, when I was watching it, when you first watch it, and after the little prologue, you find out how it gets killed and everything. You can meet the kids as they're a little older and stuff, because he's doing a kids' party. And he gets a little older, and you meet the kids a couple of years later, and they're teenagers. And I actually enjoyed some of the kids. I mean, some of those characters weren't horrible. It's not like cookie cutter type characters. Some of them had, you had a couple bullies that were pretty funny.
Yeah.
You had the dance kid who was really good. He was doing all kinds of funny things. His one like good buddy who was trying to hang out with the little pretty girl and stuff. The other buddy was his wingman and stuff, taking pictures, and they all had like their own little perks and stuff. And I thought it was actually pretty decent that everybody wasn't just like the same person.
Yeah, to an extent, some of the characters were I thought did have a little character to him. One character, I can't remember his name, was a burglar or something. He kind of had like multiple things because he was the resident fat guy in their group, and he was also questionably gay. I was like, why don't you just hit a trifecta? Why don't you just paint his face black? Because I was like, I feel like they're trying to get all those tropes on his ass and just, send him off. And I was like, okay. And I did actually, he was actually my favorite friend out of his friend group. And then, but yeah, some of the characters did kind of have a little bit of character to them. And that's one thing I did like, is because, like, I think Nightmare on Elm Street did really well, was you gave enough character that way when you kill them, it kind of ties to who they are. And I think Stiches kind of was I don't know if say pay homage, but I think they kind of studied the Freddy Krueger handbook, like, okay, we gotta have at least some character development here, that way we can kind of have it play back to it, which was I really liked. And to me, I think this isn't the best written movie, and character development was okay for a horror film. But where this movie, I think, stands out is its creativity kills. It has some really cool creative kills. I think that's really the highlight of this film. I wouldn't recommend it on like a amazing film, but this is what I call, and I use this word a lot in the reviews, a popcorn flick. This is a fun film. And fun films I rate high because they're memorable, and if it's boring, I rate it very low. And this was not a boring film, this is a fun film. So it's not one, of those where it's like, oh my gosh, why are they doing that? Just shut up and enjoy the show. This is what this is right here.
Do you have a favorite creative kill in there?
I feel like we're going to talk about this later on Kill the Night.
Sure.
I already know the other two don't stand a chance.
No.
Kill the Night. So we'll have that. We'll talk about the kills, but when our favorite kill, we'll talk about Kill the Night, because I know it's going to be Stiches.
Yeah.
It's going to get it. There's three that stick out. There's the ice cream scoop kill. And again, there's the fat guy, and he wasn't even fucking that fat. And like, oh fuck, I want a cheeseburger. And I was like, oh, god damn it. I was like, here we go. And then where does he go? There's a medical emergency. He's almost get the first aid kit. And he goes right to the pantry for food instead. I was like, really? And he was getting him some, like, what was it, like strawberry cherries or some kind of cherries. And then Stiches get in there and pops his head open and starts scooping his brains out like an ice cream cone. And I thought that was pretty fucking creative. And then another one that stuck out was he cut this dude's chest open and pulled out some of his entrails and was tying it like balloon animals. And that was cool. I kind of wish they let the second half to kill that, because I thought that was a little goofy. Because they should have ended it there. But they kept going, and he put like a balloon animal, or not, like a balloon animal pump gun, like an air thing maybe, and like was blowing his head up like a balloon to a pop. Yeah, I may have skipped that. And then the third kill I really liked. Oh shit, what was it? The umbrella kill, where he threw the umbrella through that girl's fucking head. That popped, the top of the umbrella popped up. That was fucking cool. Dwayne, was there those three you liked, or is there another kill that stood out?
Those three were the three I was going to talk about. Like you said, the boy with the balloon animals, if they had just stopped after he turned his intestines into balloon animals and not used a pump to blow his head up like a balloon, I was like, yeah, it was okay up until then. The girl getting killed, the umbrella was really good. I did enjoy that one.
That was a good, funny gag too.
Yeah, I did enjoy that. That was my favorite for a while in that movie. Yeah. And then the guy getting his head with the melon baller, taking his brains out. I mean, that was okay and everything. Stiches getting killed at the beginning wasn't really slapstick kind of killing, but he slips and falls on a knife and stuff.
Now hold on, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
That pissed me off because his mother was doing the dishes, and I'm gonna call her a useless bitch for the rest of the review. The main character's mother. I'm not going any fucking feminist awards anytime soon, especially on this episode alone. But she was doing the fucking dishes, putting stuff in the dishwasher. She put a fucking kitchen knife, fucking blade up. And it's like, I want to stop here, leave this open, and have a kid's birthday party right now. And I was like, she's the real villain of this movie.
That wouldn't be a movie if she didn't do it.
Yes, there would. It would be the lawsuit. Well, oh boy, that pissed me off the way. And
So
like,
my third one that I like the most was the cat kill.
was the what kill?
The cat kill.
Oh, where
He
you
has
beat
the
the
cat
shit out of
has
the cat.
9 lives, so he starts beating the cat. He's like, 1, 2, 3. I
Back,
thought that was funny.
back to his mom. I hate his mom. I was like, you gonna have a kid's birthday party, and just even in general, why are you putting that knife fucking up in the dishwasher? I don't do dishes, and I know not to. Anyway, and then fast forward a couple years in the future, and what's she do, Dwayne?
Bought him the same bike he had.
Yeah, same fucking bike he already had, and left him on his birthday. That's the
She
real
had,
deal.
she had work to do. She had to go to work to do something. She had to go to town to do something for work.
I hope she's so broke from the lawsuit she got from Stiches' family.
She wasn't broke. They weren't broke. Is that house they lived in? They weren't broke.
They should have been from what the lawsuit. Anyway, that's the real villain of the story.
Sure.
Okay. One thing I also loved, Dwayne, was it wasn't even a kill, but one thing I thought was really cool and unique was he took his nose off, and the nose,
Yes.
he said, sniff them out, and then he tossed it, and then his little rubber ball clown nose was like sniffing them around, looking for the kids from the birthday party, like kind of like a hunting dog. I thought that was really fucking cool. I was like, that is awesome. That was one thing I really liked.
The cat started attacking his nose.
Oh, yeah. You love that cat scene.
Poor cat.
All right, Dwayne. Stitches was played by Ross Noble. I did do a little research on him. Apparently, he's not like a big actor, but he is a big comedian.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of cool. I'm a stand-up comedian, Sean Deal, so I do like seeing comedians get to shine. I actually wouldn't mind a sequel. It has been 13, 14 years since this came out, so sequel's questionable, but I wouldn't mind seeing a sequel to this. This is kind of a fun film. Also, you start the film with him clapping some girl's cheeks as well. So I was like, oh shit, I forgot all about that scene. I was like, but you kind of get past it. Fun ride. Oh yeah, we also forgot there's a clown cult he's in there. I didn't think it'd be in because it looked like he didn't give a shit about his job as a clown. But it turns out he is part of some weird clown cult. And these clowns have, I guess, their souls tied to an egg. I don't know why their souls are tied to an egg. That's the first I've ever heard of that. So all these clowns...
You've never heard of that before?
People tying their souls to eggs?
Yeah, you never heard of that?
No.
Okay.
First... I don't know. I know you like Cthulhu and shit. You might be a little more knowledgeable than I am. But then all these clowns have their eggs kind of painted up like them, and they have it all in this weird like cemetery, and that's kind of how his weakness is. And the three main characters, the boy, his love interest, and his best friend.
What was your name again?
Kate. Blowjob Kate. Blowjob Kate. My bad. At the very last scene of the movie, he's making out with Blowjob Kate. I'm like, I don't know. Alright, anyway, they crush his egg, he kills Stitches. But after the makeout scene, you find another clown, he's kind of gluing him together. And when he gets all and the clown's getting head while he's gluing. The clown who's gluing his egg back together is getting the blowjob while that's going down. Anyway, this is such a weird film. I think it's not supposed to be a good film. It's supposed to be a fun film. So you can even do Stitches 2 with a different clown. There's a whole cult of them. So, Dwayne, what's your final thoughts and grade on Stitches?
So my final thoughts were, like you said, this is a fun movie.
Yes.
Right? It's not going to win a bunch of Oscars. It's funny. There's some good puns. There's some bad ones, but the good ones outweigh the bad. There's a lot of slapstick, horror, comedy issues in it. Creative kills. Some of the cursing is actually pretty funny. Some of the things he says about the kids is funny at the beginning.
Sometimes.
Yeah, it's funny as heck. I did enjoy the movie, and after I thought about it for a while, I decided to give Stitches, because of what it is, 7 out of 10.
Well, here are my pros and cons to Stiches. My pros: great creative kills, cool, memorable movie, popcorn flick, not a great script but a fun one. Cons: Tommy's useless ass mother. Some of the writing and jokes kind of fell flat on its nose. Alright, I'm giving Stiches 7 sentient clown noses out of 10.